Alright, so I've already made my markings. This is my starting point right here. From this to this place is the armhole. This is the armhole line, and this is my bust length, my shoulder to my under bust. This line right here is from my shoulder to my waistline, and this is the full length of the blouse. So let me just mark it. This is my armhole, this is my bust length, this is my half length, and this is the full length of the blouse. And I hope you can see the markings on it. So we're going to move quickly and continue with this. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'll begin to insert my so the next thing I'll do is I'll mark my shoulder, and I'll be making use of 7 inches for my shoulder. So that's it there, 7 inches for my shoulder. You can add an allowance of half an inch, but for me I always like to use 0.25 inches. I want to mark plus the shoulder allowance right there. That's the marking there, the shoulder plus the shoulder allowance. So the next thing I'm going to do is make this a straight line. Now I'll be nipple to nipple measurements with the standard. Since it's a basic blouse, the standard is 4 inches. The standard for a nipple to nipple measurement is 8 inches. So you're going to divide the 8 inches into 2, which is 4 inches. So I'm going to mark it there. I'll mark the same thing on the half length. Now from the full length of the blouse, I'll come up by 2 inches. I'll come up by 2 inches. And that is where I'll extend this line to. From here I will go up by, you can go up by 2 inches, but you can also mark your bust points. My bust point now is 11 inches, so you can also mark 11 inches. So you see 11 inches is also the same thing as marking 2 inches upwards. So this is, I'll extend my line to 2 inches upward. So I'm going to extend the line like so to this point. So now the next thing I'm going to do is on this line here, I'm going to take out ½ inch from both sides. So ½ inch from this side and ½ inch from this side. So this ½ inch here and this ½ inch here. The same thing on the half length. This half length is from my shoulder to my waistline. So I'm going to connect these two lines together. ½ inch here and ½ inch here. So now I'm going to join the line to this place and join this line to this place like so. And like so. So we have the dart ready. Have the darts ready. So the next thing I'm going to do quickly is I'll begin to insert my round measurements, my circumference measurements. That's my bust, my fitting, my waist, and my hip measurements. So on this armhole is where I'll insert my bust measurements. So my bust measurement divided by 4 is 9 inches. So that is 9.5 inches, sorry, 9.5 inches. That's 9.5 inches there. And then my fitting divided by 4 is 7.5 inches. This is 7.5 inches. But remember that we took out 1 inch here for the dart. So we have to add that back. We'll have to add that back. We'll have to return it. So this is 7.5 inches plus the 1 inch for that was taken out. I'm going to add it there. That's 8.5 inches. So the same thing for this place. This is now the measurement you're inserting here is your waist measurement. My waist measurement is 7 inches plus the 1 inch that was removed here, which will now give me 8 inches. 8 inches. Now my hip divided by 4 is 10 inches. So I'm going to insert 10 inches there. Now I'm going to connect the lines together like so. This side I'm going to use hand free. If you have a curved ruler, you can use your curved ruler to make this side. I don't want all the sharp ends here, so I'm going to make it. So this is it. Now I'm going to curve the armhole. If you have your curved ruler, you can use it to curve your armhole. If not, we'll just make something like this. Now for the armhole, I'm going to get the half of the armhole. Remember, we used 8 inches, so the half of 8 inches is 4 inches. So I'm going to mark 4 inches right there. Now I'm going to go in by half an inch. Now I'll connect that half an inch to this place, and then I'll connect it to this place. That's how you get your armhole for the front of your clothes. That's how you get your armhole for the front of your clothes. Now what I'm going to do before I forget is I'm going to add my allowance, but I'm going to be using a different color to add my allowance, so that you don't get confused. But if you don't want to add your allowance, you can just leave it. I'm going to be adding 1.5 inches for my allowance all through, and I'll be connecting that line as well. So there it is, like so. Connecting that line as well. So that is my allowance right there. So the next thing I'm going to do is work on my shoulder slope. Usually people take out 1 inch for the shoulder slope, but you can take out 0.75 inches just as long as that place is slanty, because like I told you before, the human shoulder is not straight. So I'm going to be using 0.75 inches. Then I'll mark my neck. I'm going to be using the standard neck, which is 3 by 3, so 3 inches wide and 3 inches long. If you have your curved ruler, you can use it to connect this, but if not, you can use your hand to make a free sketch. So now I'm going to be connecting the shoulders together to form my shoulder slope. I'll add my allowance on the shoulder as well. That's half inch upward for my allowance on the shoulder. That's my allowance for me. Now I'm going to cut it off. So that I'll show you what the back will look like. I'm going to go down by 1 inch for the back neck, and I'll connect it from here. Now I'm going to cut on this line because that's the shoulder for the back on this particular line. that's where we cut. So when I'm done cutting, this is the front now, and this is the back. So I'm going to trace out this. I'm going to cut out this remaining shoulder here, because the front is supposed to be a little bit curved in, and also the neck as well. That's how it should look like. So now I'm going to trace out this patterns on the back. The zip allowance, you should make sure that you put the zip allowance when you are cutting for your back. Okay, so we're just going to insert the darts for the back. So for the darts for the back, after you've measured 4 inches inward on this side, you go up by 2 inches, same thing. The only difference is from here, we're going to measure 9 inches. We're going to measure 9 inches. So that's where your darts will stop and end. Okay, so I'm going to extend the lines like so. And of course you do the same. And you connect the lines like you did for the front part. Label this basic blouse. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any question, please make sure to ask me. Thank you very much. Bye.